How are you, friends? I'm sure you're ready for another interesting discussion. Well, you deserve to learn useful information as you study the language. In this video, we will talk about the two types of relative clauses, restrictive and non-restrictive. Relative clauses are dependent clauses that provide descriptive information about a noun or noun phrase in a sentence. Let me give you two examples first. Number one, she is the woman whom I helped on the road this morning. The relative clause in this sentence is whom I helped on the road this morning. Number two, Leo, whose computer is broken, studies hard. The relative clause in this sentence is whose computer is broken. Restrictive relative clauses, also known as defining relative clauses, give essential information about someone or something. This information is something that we need to know in order to understand the speaker's meaning. Let's have the first example. I'll always remember the park where my father used to take us after church. If we remove the restrictive clause where my father used to take us after church, then the clause I'll always remember the park won't make sense to us. Let's have another example. He's the man whose son owns that huge restaurant across the street. The defining clause or restrictive clause here is whose son owns that huge restaurant across the street. This information is important for us to understand who that man is. In the last example, she sat on the chair that was reserved for the CEO. The defining clause here is that was reserved for the CEO. Non-restrictive relative clauses, also known as non-defining relative clauses, give additional information about someone or something. This information is not necessary for the sentence to make sense. Because of this, non-defining relative clauses are set apart by commas. Take a look at this example. Herin, whose mom is beautiful, performs well in school. In this sentence, the non-defining relative clause is whose mom is beautiful. We can remove it, and the sentence Herin performs well in school is still complete. Another example, the movie What Happened to Monday, which is popular, is controversial. The non-defining relative clause in this sentence is which is popular. We can remove it and the sentence still makes sense. Last example, South Korea, where I lived for 4 years, has 4 seasons. The non-restrictive relative clause is where I lived for 4 years. We can remove it and the sentence is still complete. That's all for today. I suggest you watch this video again and check if you're able to come up with your own sentences using restrictive and non-restrictive relative clauses. Thank you.